Welcome to today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be going over When Have Civilization Started Over in Europe, episode 16. Again, if you have not watched last episode, go ahead and please watch that episode, because today we are going to have major plans for today. And let's get started. So we're going to start off with the fighting over in southern China. Based on what happened last video, you can kind of tell that the Axis, or the Allies, however you depict them, they are going to be losing. Excuse me, but why can't I select this? Okay, fine. I'll just go throughout the entire thing. Continuous. Um, I think it's definitely more of a me problem. But anyways, we're gonna continue to see more things of happening into these regions right here. Oh, that's why. We're going to see the Southern Chinese team quickly begin to regain a lot of territories they recently has just lost, and they are going to be regaining their capital all the way up here, which is very surprising to the Koreans, but until you realize that the Korean capital is underneath the control of the Northern Chinese, which at this point doesn't exist anymore, except for like a few military groups. But we will see the Koreans pull back a bunch of their troops along with like no other country. But we will see the continuous invasion of the Northern Chinese, which at this point they're going to reach all the way into the more colder areas of the Korean team, which will look like this. But the Koreans have decided to come back and say, "F it, we're going against all conventions. We don't care if y'all hate us or not. We are just gonna go straight through it." So yeah, they will instantly go down the entire peninsula like this, and they'll cut off the military groups into two separate pieces, perhaps even three, but that's into more future episodes. As the Koreans will quickly encase an entire major city again, where they will almost fully, capitulate it. As boom, boom, boom. Or no, is it? Yeah. They now control. They have now almost regained their capital, but the Northern Chinese will not give up as they will continue to move through here, and boom, we're actually now. Yeah, that would be too many troops. So then, Koreans will effectively begin to lose a lot of ground, as we will see the Northern Chinese take over a major city again, but split up their troops into two separate areas, which now looks like this, as they will quickly begin to take over right here. As now we'll begin to see not a very successful invasion, but an invasion nonetheless. They will invade into the southern island of Japan, and they will take over a little bit of the island, but not too much, as it is far too gone. Also, the religion layer, I finally have made it. Let me show y'all. This is what the religion layer kind of looks like. It's the entire world map. For example, boom, and boom. No, boom. Yeah, I decided to make a thing for everyone. So Antarctica, you know what? Let me just give me 1 second. Boom. So this is kind of what it looks like for the world map. It's just a religion layer like this. But other than that, let's focus back onto the regular world map that we have now. And we're going to continue to see the Northern Chinese move through Korean territories, where they will move all the way up here, despite growing tensions, all the way into the Asian area, which there's a few countries that are now beginning to look a lot more towards the Southern Chinese and Northern Chinese. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, I think I messed something up here. Oh. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, I just figured out what the problem was, and it was because I had highlighted a different country. So we're going to see the Southern Chinese not wanting to reliberate the Northern Chinese. They will end up wanting to, despite the recent relationships between the two. So we will see the entire Northern Chinese reliberated like that, which will quickly begin to prompt them to invade right here. And they will end up very successful. I'm probably going to redo everything. But we're going to see the Northern Chinese quickly split up everything like this. And over here, I'm just going to re-highlight everything. Yeah. Cancel. No. Bad computer. Bad. But we're going to see the Koreans try to reliberate much of their territory down here. But it did not come to any avail, as they, well, it kind of did come to an avail. Though, yeah. Boom. And the southern part down here, which barely reaches their capital, by the way. And we will see the northern Chinese, again, come all the way up here. It's going to be a little bit different from beforehand. And that's going to be right there. Boom. So we are going to see the Koreans begin to crumble exponentially, as even though they've taken up most of their forces up here, we will see something else happening. We have seen the entire controlled region of the green team here being liberated by their own people, as the Koreans are quickly leaving. That way they can regain their capital all the way down here, which is proving very successful all the way down there. Though the green team will continue to try to re-liberate their own nation, they realize that, oh, we shouldn't go after all these major cities, as we're probably not going to be able to do much in this war anyways. Which is true. Though they will come down here and be like, oh, we should quickly collect one of these major cities. And then in an early effort, they were originally going to try to get in this, though. They quickly changed their minds, though. They will keep this controlled area right here. And we will see the other regions of the green team also be rebelling against their invaders. I guess that's one way to put it. That is different. Okay, and we'll see a region down here being reliberated by their own people, which will quickly begin to prompt the green team to connect up with their provinces or areas of their own country, and that's when they will gain control of that major city, and boom. This is what they control now, and yeah, as you can tell, the Allies or the Entente, whatever you want to call them, are basically losing. As now we will see the Floridans begin to gain a bunch of ground, as though they can't get control of the Caribbean Sea, Caribbean, and I don't know, I forgot, but we will see the Floridans continue to take away a bunch of the Native American lands all the way up here. Though they are a native country, they were originally a colony. Boom. So the Floridans, they're also going to connect their entire front all the way over here. Originally wasn't going to plan to, as there were a bunch of French forces here, but now there aren't as many French forces. Which begins to empower have the Floridan civilians begin to rise up, and yeah, they've taken over the entire Bahamas, and yeah. We're going to see the Iberians continue to lose ground all the way over here. But yeah, it's not going to come to much avail, as they'll control all of Delaware now. And they'll come in all the way up here and completely cut them access to most of the Great Lakes. And they'll begin to invade into the Prussian Ottoman area or Polish area, controlled areas up right up there, to try to reconnect with their claims up here. Which will go successful for the English, as they'll quickly begin to boom. And no. Okay, there we go. As they'll begin to invade into the Prussian territories or Polish territories right here. And that'll go successful, as they'll begin to invade into their previous controlled or annexed territories right up here. Which will look like that. as the Irish are trying to completely fight for their control of their own country, it will not go so well, as we will see the Scottish completely control all of the northern areas, and we will see not the French control the southern areas, but surprisingly, not the Floridians. I'm just kidding. But we'll see the English control the southern area down there, and all the way over here as we look at the alliances, which I believe the entire Star Alliance in Europe has completely fallen. And also the Tibetan team had originally left the alliance, so we're not going to count them. But the Koreans are fumbling, the Northern Russian team isn't fumbling, and the this Russian team isn't fumbling that bad either. But we'll begin to continue to see the invasion of the Greeks. As I believe I said last episode, that the Saudi Arabians had cut out them a deal where they'll take over most of the Persian Gulf right there, and so on. But we'll see a betrayal in the Heptagon Alliance. We'll see, again, not the not the Saudi Arabians betrayal as that was initially seen. They just wanted to see if they could trust them or whatever. We'll see the Egyptians betray them in their own trust, as now we'll begin to see the Egyptians invade into Greece, as they're not on the side with the Star Alliance, though they just want land, like any other country would. As we'll begin to see them invade into the Suez Peninsula right here. I don't remember what it's called, but I just know it's a peninsula. But we'll begin to see the Egyptians invade into this area, and they'll quickly regain all this control, as the front or the Greeks weren't originally expecting this. As we will see, the Greeks can completely, or the Egyptians completely gain control of all these areas right here, and they'll continue to move on as they'll quickly get Cyprus, and they'll move through the Mediterranean Sea, Mediterranean Ocean, or whatever. I don't know, but we'll see the Egyptians quickly get close to their capital, and the Greeks will be like, "Wake up, everyone! Ding, 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 ding! Wake up!" So they will immediately begin to push back the Egyptians, and that's when they will invade into the Greek or the Egyptian area controlled of the Crete Islands, as they realize we should have not given over this island to Egypt, as they weren't really expecting this, but kind of did, as they will quickly regain control of all of Cyprus quickly as well. But we'll see the Egyptians get slowed down on their front over here, and it will end up looking like that. As now the Iranians will be like, temporary peace. We just want to get rid of Greece or whatever. And now they will lose land like this. Boom. And all these troops right here immediately are getting fought against the Iranians, as they will begin to annex all these territories, or not annex. They'll begin to roll through these areas, as now there's not many troops living here, as they'll even make a little bit of an effort to invade and gather the closest major cities near them, which would look like this, and they're even going to go along the coast. And boom. Greece will capitulate finally after so long over to the yeah. But before that, we will see the I'm just trying to save me some time. Boom. But we will see the Prussians begin to reliberate them all the way down here. Though they did surrender, that does not mean they can't reliberate them like this. And we will see the Moldovans lose. Yeah. As we will begin to see the French, boom. As now they're the giant slowly waking up, and they're moving through the Polish areas all the way up here, and they're not going to be helping out the Germans, as they have not seen much hope in them. So they will quickly begin to run through the Prussian or Polish areas. They do end up backstabbing a lot of the Germans all the way up here, but the Polish, not knowing that they were not going to help them, they had pulled back a bunch of troops, that way they would not lose this. And they'll control these two major cities and a lot of these territories up here. to much of a less degree. And now they'll control, like, 7 major cities, I think? Yeah, 7. As, yeah, this is probably going to be it for Poland, as they will fully capitulate. Over here, capitulation, which would leave to the English quickly gain a bunch of ground before they had fully capitulate, stuff like that, blah blah blah. But we will see the English continue their raid into the Irish areas all the way up here until they have fully controlled them, and we'll see the Scottish be like, "Oh, my territory now. No one's gonna stop me." But we're gonna see the Iberians just go boing, boing, and yeah, this is gonna be it for World War II of the Great Polish. Yeah, I'm not good with making names. I'm sorry. As we'll continue to see more guerrilla warfare happening through here and there, but we're gonna see the entire regains of the Greek Peninsula down in here. Yeah, yeah. As this is where we're gonna stop the war. As this is where we're finally gonna make peace. As all the way over here, I'd forgotten to mention, most of the northern Chinese areas up here had been regained by the from the Korean controlled areas right here. Oh, I'm trying to fix something. They had regained that much territory. In the end, they had invaded around this much right here. Though the um, though the Koreans had mostly regained these territories all the way over here, it had not worked out for them successfully, as it had proved them very weak. All the way over here, the Koreans did end up fully regaining all these territories up here. Yeah, that's kind of it. And the Vietnamese, they got pushed back all the way, and they began to get invaded by the southern Chinese a little bit more down here. Though that was kind of it. Like, that much. Regained an island there. Again, not that much. Though we will continue to see the invasion of the Vietnamese until the Vietnamese have lost around that much territory. They'll keep the island as they can't really use their navy. Though the South Korean or the South Chinese had, yeah, they have pushed them back all the way up here. Not too much though, as again, very hilly, very mountainous, stuff like that. And let's move on to the peace treaty of World War II. Also, all the way up here, I had forgot to mention, there had been very many rebellious areas all the way up here of the Central Asian team. Some want to join the Russians, some want to join the Iranians down here, and most of them wanted to be their own countries. And let's move on to the peace treaty. Alright, I just came back with the peace treaty, and it took me like 2 hours or whatever. But as you can tell, there are many different changes in now. And first, we're going to move on to the Americas. As if we move on over here to the Californian coast, we will start off with, we're actually over here. This was originally a German colony, but now it will be a independent Hawaiian nation. And then we're going to continue to see, I believe, Thailand control this bit of land right here. France will gain at this much. Wrong layer. France will gain this much territory from southern China, but southern China will continue to control their colony down here. We'll see Korea not lose much over in the Californians, but we will see the southern Chinese control now a little bit of the American colonies. Now, if we move down south a little bit, as you can tell, we have 3 new countries right here. Oh, wait, I forgot to fix this. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Okay, there. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at these countries, we have a Caribbean nation, or Haiti, Dominica, Cuba, whatever you want to call it. We have the Yucatan Peninsula Republic, and then we got like the Nicaraguan Republic country right there, and we will see Florida originally being this size, and now this, which they grow exponentially larger, but they also cancel out the chance of this brand new country getting a coastline. But we will see France get this much territory away from the Iberians, and we will see the Mexican country right here take away this much land from Iberia, and they will also take the Upper Peninsula. Now, if we look at all the way up here, as you can tell, France is getting a very large portion of these areas up here, as France will take, boom, no, wrong country. France will take, boom, 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 and boom, boom. Now, if we look even further, we have a new country right here, the Ottawa country, Quebec country, whatever you want to call it. Or actually more Ottawa, because if we look a little bit more to the east, we have a Quebec nation right here. And look a little bit south, Ireland still controls a little bit of land, but that won't make sense very soon. Now we'll see the English, the new English Union, control this much territory now. And the new country of Scotland, or returning country of Scotland, will gain a bunch of territory right here. So we'll see them control this much land now. Now we can go ahead and look at the Greenland territory of the original Greenland territory of France, which is now its own very own independent country. And we'll go ahead and look at Scotland now. Scotland will do a little bit of trading as they'll gain this much territory from France. And they'll take most of the Irish island right here, and they'll take a little bit of where they'll regain most of their original lands. And England will gain all of Southern Ireland. And now we'll go ahead and look at France. As you can tell, France has gained a bunch of territories right here, and you can see a little bit more all the way over here, but we're not going to focus on that. We're going to see the Iberian Peninsula be more French. They're going to go OBUE. Over here, the French will quickly re-annex all of the Italian peninsula. And now if we look over here, France has betrayed their ally right here, and they'll be getting a little bit of land from them, and a little bit of land from Prussia, or Poland. I don't know anymore. And this is what they're going to look like now. Now, Germany, on the other hand, France wanted a little bit of land over here, but they couldn't, as that would violate their trust and the world community. Now, Poland will be taken away a little bit right here, as they were originally going to get this area up here, which is now its own independent country, and it will now be called the Danish Republic. Now, if we look a little bit more to the east and a little bit more southern, we got a new country right here, the Hungarian Republic, and the Latvian Republic right here. Finland will be getting a little bit of territory, luckily for them. Russia will be getting a little bit of territory from Finland as a little bit of a buy-off deal. And we'll see Russia buy these two areas right here. Now, if we look at all the way into the Scandinavian peninsula, as you can tell, there's around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new countries, and that's excluding the already same country of Finland, which is going to stay like that. Now, as all these countries are going to continue to stay like this, yeah. Now, if we look a little bit more south, we can see Greece annex a little bit of territory, but they will be losing a lot of land from Romania, as Romania will be growing exponentially larger. They'll take this much land from Poland, and they'll take this much land from Greece, and a little bit over here, but we will see the Russians gain a warm water port right here. Now, if we look a little bit down right here, as you can tell, there's a little bit of a split off. Which, yeah, as you can tell, yeah, the Iranians will gain this much territory from Greece, and Greece will have a rebellion down right here, which will become its own nation of Cyprus. And, hello, thank you. And that's all of Europe done. Now, let's move a little bit more into the Arabian Peninsula, as Egypt will take up this much territory, Arabia will take up this much, and all the way over here, Arabia will take away this much from Iran. Now, Egypt, they have taken away most of the valuable lands of the Sudanese Republic, which will look like this now. Sudan will not be getting any pieces of land from the southern nation down here. All the way down here, on the other hand, we will see France releasing 4 new nations right here, and they will be gaining even more land right down here, as they'll gain this much territory from Poland. And we will see Poland gain this much territory from the nation down here, but we will see the Brown nation right here gain a little bit of land, as they had promised a trade of goods with the French. And now the Ethiopians will be getting a little bit of land from the Ugandans, I want to say. But oh well, we'll see the Ethiopians take over this much land, and the Ugandans they'll be like this now, and the French, they'll be getting this much. Now that's all of Asia and Africa, or West Asia, all the way down from here. Now, other than that, we will look more over here, and we will see Iran taking away a little bit of land from Tibet. Boom. And we'll see Tibet taking no pieces of land, but we'll see Northern Indian Union take away a little bit of land from the Southern Chinese nation. They'll take away this much. We'll see Thailand take away this much from the Southern Chinese. Oh boy, the Central Asians, they'll be taking away this much territory from the Green Nation, this much territory from the Northern Chinese, and this much territory from the Tibetans. Now we'll move on to the Northern Russians right up here, and they will be taking around half of the previous Green Nation. We'll see Korea take more of the valuable parts. Boom, boom. Oh, wrong. Boom, boom. Now China. Oh, Northern China. We'll see Northern China originally being this size. Boom. No. Originally. Then. No. Original. Now. Original. Now. Original. Now. You kind of get the point. And now let's look at Southern China, as Vietnam will not be getting anything out of this, as it was more of a spiteful comeback for the Southern Chinese, as they'll actually be gaining land out of this and regaining a bit of previous territories that used to be theirs. As they'll be gaining, boom. Why do I keep using the wrong colors? As the Southern Chinese will be getting this and this. And that's going to be all for today's video. I know it's not that long, as for today's episode it would normally be like over an hour long, but hey, what can I say? I've changed. Hope you all enjoyed today's video, and peace out.